Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Comic Book Dudes. This is the haul for April 20th, 2016. Another new Comic Book Wednesday. We were just talking about counting down to Free Comic Book Day coming up 17 days from now. So if you're making your plans, preparing to camp out, getting your MREs ready, all that stuff, be sure you have your baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire to fend off other people from the comics you want to pick up. Not really, but you can cosplay as Negan if you wanted to. That's all right.
And if you want to check out like a list of the books that are coming out for Free Comic Book Day, by the time this video is out, there'll be a list up on comicbook.com. So check that out.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and have a link, or we'll see if we can put a link to that in our description of this video.
Yep.
All right. And there's a lot of stuff. We were just going through the list. There's some pretty cool stuff. So,
Yep.
All right. Well, this week we got a ton of books. We've got some variant covers we're going to look at first, if that's okay with you, Justin.
Yeah, we'll go with it. Yeah.
Okay. And we could introduce ourselves too. That's Justin over there.
Hey, I'm Justin, managing editor over at Comic Books. Who are you?
I'm Aaron. I'm the editor-in-chief of Comic Book.
Okay.
And we are we are professionals. We do this for not for a living necessarily, but it feels like we do.
The second living.
Yeah, well,
Under a rock.
Yeah, we get some cool stuff out of it. We don't necessarily get paychecks, but we get some cool stuff out of it. So yeah. But we do want to encourage any of you folks out there who watch us regularly to please like, share, and subscribe. Especially share. Let other people know that there's a show out here that does this kind of stuff. We love comics, we love movies, games, TV, all that stuff, and we want to tell more people about it. So the bigger our audience, the more opportunities we get to get cool stuff and give it away to you guys. So, just keep that in mind, please. So I had gone actually last week and had picked up like 5 variant covers, but I had put 5 more variant covers back to pick up this week because my shop had like a ton of the Marvel variants and they basically marked them way down.
What?
To like $5 a piece.
It never happens to me.
Yep. So there was some cool stuff. Well, I would recommend that you change stores, but we've had that discussion before.
Possibility.
I know. Well, you got a couple variants too, you said, right?
Yeah.
Outside of our normal books?
Yeah, these are from one's from a couple weeks ago, one's from a couple months ago.
Okay. So I'll show a couple of mine, you show yours, and I'll show the rest of mine.
Okay.
Okay. So I got the hip hop cover for Illuminati #1.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yep. $5. Like, woo, $5.
Don't tell me Ultimates.
I did not. I was looking for that one, but I did not get that one. I did, however, get Spider-Man 2099 #1.
Dang, that's cool.
That
one's
cool.
Really cool. Yeah.
That's another one of the hip hop, and they got a bunch of these. So if you want some, actually, if you folks out there are in the Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia area, and you're interested in picking up some of these variants, you can do one of two things. You can either go to Beyond Comics in Frederick, Maryland, pick them up. They have a bunch of 2 big long boxes, or I will be taking a box or 2 of these up to the 4 States Retro and Pop Comic-Con coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. So the April 30th and May 1st. And I'll have a couple boxes of these out there for sale. So if you guys are interested in those, stop by.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah, let's look at one of yours.
What?
Oh. One of your variants.
Cool. It's in a bag.
Yeah.
So it's the black and white fried pie variant for Daredevil issue #1.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I already have the fried pie color variant. So this was just it wasn't there. I went there yesterday, and it wasn't there 2 days before that. But magically now it showed up on the shelf. I was like, whatever.
That's cool.
They're hiding out stuff in the back. Just put it on the shelf. Just put it on the shelf.
That's funny. Well, I got one more of the hip hop variants. I picked up All New Wolverine #1 hip hop variant,
Cool.
which is pretty cool. So, just an interesting cover for her. And then my other two are just variants of 2 different books. One of them is a book I don't normally read, but the variant was cool looking, and it's a Scotty Young Doctor Strange cover.
What issue is that?
#1.
Read the story, you'll buy the rest of them.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
But I can't read it. It's a variant. I got to put it away in a bag and board. I'd have to go pick up the regular book.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
And the last one I got was Contest of Champions #1 variant. And it's kind of like it looks like a Scotty Young cover, but it's like a video game looking cover, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
So I thought that was really neat. So yeah, and of course, Deadpool, Spider-Man on the front there. Although neither one of them are actually in Contest of Champions. Whatever.
All right, so variant cover. My last one is the Books A Million variant of Batman issue 50.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be a black and white version of this also. And my little label here even says that it's the black and white one.
Oh, but it's not obviously the black and white one. Huh?
There was not. There were only 2 of these, and they were both the cover ones, and they both had the same sticker, so it was weird.
Huh. I should have picked that other one up. You picked that other one up for you. I'll give you the money for it.
All right.
Because, yeah, I don't have that one. And I don't have Books A Million around here. I was looking up Books A Million, like the closest one would be driving to Baltimore or something. I'm not doing that. So
I just joined their membership thing.
Oh yeah.
10% off there on trades and random issues of stuff.
It's not too bad, really, if you think about it. Even if you go in and buy 2 or 3 books a month,
yeah,
you're gonna make your money back.
Oh yeah.
10 or 15. What is it? 10%, and then like Barnes and Noble does 10% off everything, and then 20% off certain things, or like an additional 20% off certain things, which is pretty cool.
I'm sure. And then there are random like sales or random times when things are more and stuff like that.
Yeah. So. Yep. It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get into books for this week. So we've got a ton of books, not a ton, but there's quite a few books to go through this week. So I'll bring my little box up here. I have really a little bit of everything this week. Couple of Vertigo books, a couple DC books, a couple of everything in between, and then Image, and then Marvel. So that's normally how we kind of break our lists down. So if you only want to see the Marvel books, go to the last 15, 20 minutes of the show. If you want to see everything else, please keep watching. So I'll start off with Vertigo. Clean Room #7 is out this week. This is just a crazy book. It's
all right.
What's that? Yeah, Gail Simone. Gail Simone writes this, and it's really good. I mean, it's a supernatural, sci-fi-ish type of horror story. I mean, it's just crazy. It's really good. If you and this has only been out 6-7 months, so you really ought to be able to go back and pick up issue 1. My shop still had a couple like 1 and 2 on the shelf, so you ought to be able to find it pretty easily. But it's a great read, really is. And I got issue #5 of Lucifer. So this doesn't really parallel the show. The show's kind of about the same premise, but this has been a very good story as well. With Lucifer is mortally wounded by wounded by a knife, which it should heal right back up, but this knife is special, and so he's got this wound that won't heal, and he's trying to solve the riddle of who killed God, basically, because it wasn't him. So, and it should have been. He says, "Oh, nobody kills God except me." So it's been pretty good. Yeah. But very interesting story. I like it. And let's see, who's writing that one?
Bob Jenkins.
Holly Black is actually writing that. Who'd you say? Bob Chicken? We're just making up names, people. So, some writer. Anyway, okay, so I've got 2 DC books. You have any DC this week?
I have two. I have a new book and a back issue.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I'll just go with the back issue first because it's the coolest. It
Okay.
is from late October of 1992. We
Wow.
got issue 652 of Detective Comics.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
not a Nightfall book yet?
No. It's right before it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a year
Cool.
before, a few months before, because Nightfall was what, 93?
Yeah, it like the end of 92, beginning 93, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
remember driving back from California. Well, I guess that was middle 93 and picking
I
it up.
know there's at least 3 more issues after this one, but they were doing like late October, so it could have been by weekly at that point.
Oh, okay.
Twice a month.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I don't remember it. I saw the cover randomly in some kind of search I was doing for something, and I was like, "Holy crap! I used to have that book. I want to have that book again." And so now I have to get all the books that surround this book.
Right.
Bunch of crap.
You need to know what's going on. Yeah.
I know, but it's Chuck Dixon, one of my favorite school writers.
Yes.
Or I guess old school. He was writing stuff when I started reading. He was writing like 20 books for DC a month or something.
Yeah, he's still doing a lot of stuff. I was surprised.
Yeah,
because he does the Winterworld books that I love from IDW. He's just done a great job with those, continuing that story. He's brought back the miniseries for Alien Legion, because he was one of the co-creators of Alien Legion.
cool.
And actually, I did an interview with him last year, year before. We've got up on the site. If you go to comicbook.com and search Chuck Dixon, you'll find my interview with him.
Cool.
Yeah. So maybe I can get him to come on the show. That'd be awesome, right?
Can we ask him stuff?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got. I'll do one of my DC books, and then you can do your other one. So Harley's Little Black Book number 3 is out this week, and this week is all about Zatanna. So it's been kind of interesting. I mean, her stories have been, she's spent time with Wonder Woman. She spent time with somebody else. I don't remember who the other one was, but then it's like each issue is her and some other girl. So now it's her and Zatanna. So pretty cool.
Mine keeping kind of on that theme. We got Poison Ivy, Cycle of Life and Death, issue number 4. And this, I want to say when this originally came out, it was only going to be a 4-part, and now it's been bumped up to a 6-parter. Like they've just expanded it. So
I think it was 6 before, because I think when we first talked about it, yeah, I thought it was like the first issue was like 1 of 6, but
maybe it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, over, we're up to 4. This has been a good story of what's going on, but moreover, like the art is just really, really good, and it is by. I'm trying to find the name up here.
Nobody you recognize? That happens a lot. Like I'm going, this is a new name.
Yeah. Robson Rocca. And Julio Figueroa.
Well, that name sounds familiar. Somebody can tell us in the comments. They always get pissed off when we don't know somebody. Or we'll be like, I don't know who that artist is. And they're like, I do know this person. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
But so this issue we're, messing with Catwoman. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, speaking of messing with Catwoman, here's somebody who likes to do that. We got Injustice, Harley Quinn on the cover again. Injustice number 8, coming down to the big finale here for Injustice Year 5. This has been a really good series. I've really liked it. Brian Buccellato has done a great job with this story all the way through. This series has been very interesting. This 5th year, as there was the big jailbreak from the underwater prison. All the supervillains got out, and they've basically taken sides. So some joined the regime with Superman, and some joined the rebellion with, or whatever, the insurgency or whatever they call it, with Batman. And so they've been, fighting with or fighting against each other. It's been really good. So be interested to see how he wraps it up and kind of ties it up with a little bow and makes it all awesome.
Batman kills everyone.
Well, of course. He's had enough prep time.
Right? 5 years, man.
5 years. He could kill anybody in 5 years.
You.
All right. So I've got one Action Lab book this week.
Okay. You can cruise. You can go ahead and just cruise till Image.
Okay. So Action Lab, is celebrating their 5th anniversary this year, which is pretty cool. So, before I jump into that, let me tell you real quick, this one thing. So I picked this up today at my shop, and this is the flyer for Three Rivers Comic-Con up in Pittsburgh. And if you've never heard of Three Rivers Comic-Con, that's because this is the first year. Three Rivers is basically run by the folks who used to do the Pittsburgh Comic-Con, which is always a cool con. But last year, the Pittsburgh Comic-Con folks sold their time slot out to Wizard World. So Wizard World took over that time slot. Now they've got a new slot, and they're doing Three Rivers Comic-Con. So this is really a cool deal. They're actually celebrating 25 years of running conventions, which is cool. And it should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of guests. I mean, Joseph Michael Linsner. Who else did I say? There was just a bunch of people here. We were going, oh, wow, that's awesome. Daryl Banks is going to be up there, who works on Green Lantern, Superman, has worked on Uncanny X-Men. Just a bunch of stuff that, you see something of his and you'll be like, oh, he does art for that. Justin Jordan is going to be up there. Joshua Hale Fialkov, if you read The Bunker or Life After or Elk's Run, or it's just a ton of other stuff that he's done. Dan Fogel, who works with Overstreet Price Guide, is going to be up there. There's just a bunch of other people. As I was flipping through here, it's like, well, that'd be really neat to meet those folks. So Kevin McGuire as well, who worked on Old Justice League. Bob McLeod from New Mutants, back in the New Mutants days. So just a lot of folks that would be really cool to meet. It's going to be some really great panels and all kinds of things. So, if you get a chance, it's May 21st and 22nd up in Pittsburgh. It's run by the folks at New Dimension Comics. They're kind of behind all that. So Three Rivers Comic-Con, definitely check that out. But Action Lab's going to be up there. That's why I started with that. And they're going to have a booth and everything. So today I picked up Puppet Master number 14 as the big bad guy, Anapa, who's the demon, basically, who has allowed them to have their abilities, is now free to walk the earth. And it's not good. So we'll have to see what the puppets do, Toulon and his puppets do to rectify this situation. Pretty cool. I've got 2 Aftershock books this week. First one was Second Sight number 3, and this is kind of a crazy book. This guy has like precognitive powers. Basically, he can see the future, but only if he's like tripping on mushrooms and stuff. So, and he sees weird, crazy stuff when he does that. He almost like is in the mind of the serial killer or whoever he's hunting down. So it's really, really a good story, though. Very, very interesting. And that is written by David Hine, is doing that one. And this one, creepy as all get out, but I had to pick it up. Black Eyed Kids number 1. And Black Eyed Kids are creepy. This is written by Joe Pruitt with art by Simon Kudransky. And there's been a preview in the last couple issues of Aftershock books, and it just looks freaky. So it looks like a really, really interesting story. I'll let you know how it is after I read it. I have 3 books from...
It's never a good sign, like in any movie you've ever seen. The kids with the black eyes show up, and you know that bad things are happening.
Yep.
There's
Something
a cornfield coming, or they're all pasty looking with white hair.
Yep. They're gathered around with forks, getting ready to eat you, whatever. Yeah. It's bad stuff. Yeah. First issue of Jackson Lansing's new Joyride is out this week from Boom. Looks like a pretty good one. It's got a cool wraparound cover. Pretty awesome. And pretty good artwork inside.
Anime?
What's that?
Is it anime-ish?
It almost looks like Robotech, like old Robotech stuff. I mean, very similar art.
Yep.
This was a cool shot here. I'll flip to that next page.
Nice.
Pretty cool. So yeah, it looks like Robotech-ish. Very, very, very neat new sci-fi book though. Definitely worth checking out.
Cool.
Big Trouble in Little China number 23 out this week. I just can't believe it's up to 23. That is hard to believe. As Jack Burton continues to now he's back in the past again, only he's way in the past. So instead of being in his present, which is the 80s, he jumped to the future, the 2016, 15, and now he's back in the past in like the 1970s. And he's basically meeting up with Egg and Lo Pan before Lo Pan came to his evil powers. And Egg Shen and Lo Pan were actually friends, and they worked together trying to help the Chinese in San Francisco to kind of have a place. So it's very interesting. Maybe in the 60s, I guess 50s or 60s, but it's back there a ways. So it's pretty cool.
And of course, he probably won't kill Lo Pan back then.
Probably not, because then that would, cause a paradox and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Turncoat number 2 is out this week. Very, very cool cover on that one. This is an interesting book because you've got this woman who was a leader soldier in the military, who then kind of, when she saw the tide of the battle turning, went to the other side and helped them out to defeat the bad guys, basically the military guys. And so now, I mean, she's seen as a turncoat because of what she did. So a lot of people in the rebellion who won, hate her. So it's a pretty good book.
Even though they won because of her, basically, at that point.
Right. But they're like, well, basically, Carpetbagger, she only turned because she knew they were going to win. And so that's, there's people who don't really believe that her intel helped them win. So, yeah. Issue 6 of Varger comes out this week. The James Bond 007 book. This is Warren Ellis, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's like cyber, robotics kind of stuff, like cybernetics. It's pretty interesting. So, issue 2 of Godzilla Oblivion is out this week, and this is cool. It's kind of a reset on the Godzilla storyline, but you have the monsters returning, basically, and Joshua Fialkov's writing this, so pretty good.
Nice. Everybody should go listen to the Mothra song from 1961. So,
yep. Or
2 minutes.
Or Three Dog Night. Don't they have a song called Godzilla? Right? Isn't that Three Dog Night?
I don't know, but
hey Godzilla, go Godzilla. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if that's Three Dog Night or whoever, but anyway, it's a good song. Issue 4 this week, Gutter Magic. Rich Douek's book, the finale is out this week. So this was the second book, or no, it's the third or fourth book that they did with IDW and Comics Experience. It was the last one of the first set. So Tet was one of them, and they had a couple other books, and then his was the fourth one they did. So he went through the Comics Experience thing, which is there advertised on the back of the book. Basically a school for learning how to produce your own comics. And then they work with you if you're good enough to produce comics and put them out. So put them out with the muscle of IDW behind them. It's very awesome. And this has been a great story. Really, really cool. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. This is A Spoon Too Short, issue 3 in this story. I think it's limited. I think it's only maybe 4 issues, but pretty good. I like Dirk Gently. He's Douglas Adams' creation, from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and all that. But it's been a pretty good story. Pretty, funny. It's got the wit, the British wit that you would expect from a Douglas Adams type character. Written very well, actually, by Arvind Ethan David. So it's good.
Cool.
One Titan book this week, and that is Man Plus number 4. which has been a really interesting tech book. It's androids and kind of their place in the world, and what happens when they realize that that we're dumber than they are, kind of thing. It's been really good. And then image books. You have any image this week? Two? All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 image books. I know you don't get this. So issue 3 of Mirror is out this week. Great book. Really, really, really good. I really like this. There's this world basically where it's an asteroid that this ship landed on, and it kind of terraformed the asteroid so that they could live on it. And there's like magic, and there's like science, and it all comes together. There's these human animal hybrid type creatures that are, I mean, it's a really, really good, interesting story. And the artwork is just beautiful. I mean, the watercolors just make everything really, really cool looking. So it's a great book. And this is Emma Rios and Huy Lam are the writers. It's good. I would recommend that. And you should still get issue 1 and 2, because that's just issue 3.
Did you get a number 1 this week?
I did not. I got an issue 6.
I didn't either. Yeah, I got the same 6. I bet.
I got 2 3s and 2 6s.
I got a 6 and a 127.
A 127. Oh, okay. I know what you got. The 127. Well, go ahead and do your 127.
Okay. Invincible, issue 127.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, they do any Walking Dead crossovers in that, where they have the Invincible and Walking Dead, but
I haven't noticed any in the last arc, but they've been out in space, so
oh, okay.
It'd be harder to make it make sense maybe.
Yeah.
But this one they took a couple months off, it seems. But it comes off the story arc where Invincible went back in time to basically the beginning of everything, his first day, but he got to retain all his memories. And so that's all over. It turned out to be these aliens wanting something. So it ended with us, but it ended with him saying no to them and then getting returned back to where he was, but 5 years after he left. So his daughter's now 5 instead of a baby, and stuff like that. So this one will be very interesting to see what happens. What are the actual repercussions of that, or what,
Cool.
But excited to read it. It's a good book.
It's been good. I mean, it's lasted a long time. I'm surprised.
And it's always $2.99.
Can't beat that. All right. Speaking of a book that's not $2.99, Snowfall number 3 came out this week. This is good. Joe Harris doing this book. It's weather as a weapon, which is really kind of the premise of it. Very, very cool story. I really like this so far.
Cool.
I got Switch number 3, which is the new. Yeah, I don't know. Well, so we had a problem where 2 boxes didn't get delivered. 1 box got dropped and crushed. So we lost a bunch of books this week. They had a whole list of stuff, all the DC stuff was missing, so they're gonna have to replace it. But this was one that I did find on the shelf. So Switch number 3, this is the new Witchblade series. Basically, Witchblade has a new host, and it's kind of her exploring the fact that she has access to all of these previous bearers, so that she can access their memories through the Witchblade. Right. It's very cool. You want to do yours?
Okay, I wonder what cover you got.
The only one that was on the shelf.
There were 2. I got number 6.
Same.
There's another cover, but I like this one better. So
cool.
Yeah, so cool to see where this goes after our end of our first story arc with issue 5. Now we got issue 6 back after about a month off or so.
Yeah, maybe 2. Yep. Cool.
There is some crazy art in the back. What's this about? Oh yeah, some good looking sketches in the back of this book.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, very nice. Oh, some of that is that art from fans. That's always cool. No, that's just different people who've done it. That's cool. I always like when they do that and add that stuff into the book. So definitely check out Tokyo Ghost. If you guys haven't been reading that, that is an excellent Rick Remender story. Beautiful art too from Sean Murphy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Rick Remender and Sean Murphy are doing the writer, creator, and artist thing all together, and Matt Hollingsworth's doing the color. It's really a beautiful book.
Yeah. It's awesome. And I'm excited to see, like I said, where this goes now, because I looked at the preview for the next issue and it seems really cool. So I'm excited.
Yeah, well, we know, they went to that island, went to Japan basically with no tech, and then at the end of the last issue, he shot himself up with the juice again and was back on it. And that's kind of where we left everything. It's like, well, great. Now what?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very good story. And then the last Image book that I have is Huck number 6, which this has been a cool story. Yeah, really, really good though. If you haven't picked this up, it's really awesome. I mean, first few issues, it was kind of like setting the stage. You got this hero guy who's really just a guy who works in a mechanic shop but has superpowers, and every day he does one good deed for somebody. And it could be anything from saving their brother from a POW camp in Iran or Iraq or wherever, some other country, to finding their cat. I mean, it could be, I was on a boat and I dropped my watch. And so he'll find the watch, come back. There you go. Here's your watch. Well, so he accidentally kind of exposes his powers to this girl who's like, and then she goes and tells everybody. And so then the press shows up and then all these people want to talk to him about it. So somebody asks him, well, how come you don't do more? And he's like, oh, never really thought about that. My parents always just told me do at least one good deed a day. So he makes a list of all these things he's going to do, and he's going to go do them. Well, then this guy shows up who says he's his brother. Really, he's evil. And he ends up beating the crap out of him in the end. But he was just trying to find Huck and his mom and basically return them to this prison in Siberia where they would continue to be experimented on by this Russian doctor who wasn't Russian but came to Russia because that was the only place he could continue his experiments. So this story is kind of picking up from the end of that last storyline, which is really interesting because he's trying to save his mom, and he's got this sister and brother who basically were super soldier type characters created just like him, but they're evil. They work for the bad guys. So it's good. It's a great story. Really a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yep. All right. For Marvel stuff, I did pick up a number 2 and a new number 1 and a number 4 on non-regular Marvel stuff. So Haunted Mansion number 2 was out this week for one of the Disney Kingdoms books. Pretty good story so far. Made especially better because Eddie Murphy's not in it and it's not cheesy. Obi-Wan and Anakin from the Star Wars. It's kind of their adventures pre-episode 2, I guess. Mm-hmm. Pre-episode 2, because it's still younger Anakin and Obi-Wan, and they're on this planet with some people who have never heard of Jedis or the Force. It's kind of cool. But this is issue 4 out this week. Very good. Written by Charles Soule as well.
Nice.
I know you like him from Daredevil.
Yep.
And then the next chapter of the Dark Tower series, The Drawing of the Three, this is Bitter Medicine, continuing the story of Odetta Walker. So this is issue 1 of 5. Been a very, very good story. Things are coming together for Roland and his quartet. So if you like that series, you'll love these. These have been really good. I've really enjoyed them. All right, last thing on the list here, Marvel books. So I have a number 9, a number 10, a number 6, another number 10, a number 4 back issue from last week, a number 8, and a number 3. Okay. So my last week issue, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this.
Well, I have a back issue from 1988.
Oh, okay. Well, you go first then, because yours is older.
Okay. Are you ready for this? Power bands and
Okay.
all. It's Quasar number 1.
Nice.
Yeah. I saw it and I was like, might as well. I remember the story. It's a really good story, though. You know, the guy and like how his origin of it and how he goes through getting the power bands and what it means.
Yeah.
And realistically, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know. So I like the story, and I didn't have it, so I wanted to pick it up.
Cool. Did you pick up Nth the Last Man while you're at it? And there's a whole bunch of, or that, what was it, Nth Man or something? It was a series that was great. It was really good.
At the same time.
Yeah. I almost picked up a whole set, like it was 1 through 13, I think was what the run was, and they had a couple on eBay, but the one guy wanted like $30 for the set of 1 through 13. I'm like, I'm not paying that for that. It was a great series, but it wasn't that good, you know. So Anyway, so I picked up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 4 from last week, which is one of the standoff books. And we actually have almost all the standoff books now, except for the Omega book, which will come out next week, I believe. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a show this week to summarize everything that's happened so far, and then we'll do a cap-off show at the end of next week to talk about Omega.
Oh, man.
Okay? So I'm going to put that there. All right, I have a number 3. Do you have a number 3?
I go fish.
Okay. I have Deadpool and the Mercs for Money, number 3, out this week. Deadpool's in it. Mercs for Money. Deadpool. It's actually pretty good because Stingray, you know Stingray?
The bad guy?
Well, yeah, I mean, but he's not really a bad guy. He's just a mercenary.
Yeah, okay.
He's all about tech. He reminds me of a Ninjak type character. He's got like a secret underwater lair and all kinds of cool stuff and a lot of money. He's actually working for S.H.I.E.L.D., telling them, kind of keeping tabs on Deadpool and the whole thing. So that was Revelation last issue. If you didn't read number 2, you wouldn't have known that. That was pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah, now I know.
Now you know. And knowing's half the battle.
Yeah.
Yep. That was like the funniest thing in the Deviations book, because it was G.I. Joe. What if G.I. Joe lost to Cobra? And at the beginning, it was Roadblock saying, "Now you know," and knowing's that, and then like boom, everything blows up. Right in the middle of him saying that. So it was pretty funny. Of course, that book was hilarious because they, Cobra wins, but then they're running the world, and Cobra Commander's like, "This is stupid. I want to blow stuff up. I want to create something. I want to throw off the axis of the world." And Baroness is like, "You can't do that. We have to keep things stable. Chaos is bad." And he's like, "No, chaos is good." It was great, really. If you like G.I. Joe stuff, that was hilarious. I really liked that book. It was awesome.
Cool.
I have a number 5. Guardians of Infinity, number 5. I'm sticking with this one for a couple more issues. I want to see how the storyline plays out because it's been really cool. There's some kind of a multi-dimensional crossing space-time construct that they are fighting inside of, and they're fighting these monsters. They're these creatures from like robot kind of things. Mm-hmm. And so they've met the Guardians from the 3000s, the Guardians from now, and the Guardians from the year 1000 AD. Or 1000 BC, I guess. So there's like Egyptian-themed Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, very, very interesting though. I mean, some really neat characters, some cool battles, and I'm just really interested to see what happens with this story. So, I have a number 8.
Like that book would be a cool place for the Fantastic Four to show up, since they're supposedly like out creating galaxies and dimensions.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That would be really cool.
You have a number 8?
I have a number 8.
I got fish.
All right. I picked up Captain America, the flying guy, whatever.
Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Sam Wilson, Captain America. It doesn't say it on the front, okay? I'm bad with names. Sam Wilson, Captain America #8. I got the cool Civil War variant cover, which looks like an old Civil War cover. Not like an old Civil War cover. But...
Like he's an angel coming down from the sky to save you.
Yes, so that is also a standoff book, so I won't talk too much about it yet, but we'll be reviewing that one as well in our standoff show.
I bet Falcon flies in it.
You think? Okay, I have a number. I have a number 6. Well, that's weird.
I have
number 6. Okay, you can talk about this one then.
Is it the same one? Are you getting this? The Mighty Thor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the cover. I thought the cover was really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hopefully we're gonna. Is this? I didn't look through it, so I don't know. But
it's got Thor on the cover.
We're getting an Odinson book, and it's got to be a guest artist here because it's completely different art.
That's cool though.
Yep. But yeah, we're gonna find out what Odin, where he's been. Like, last issue we saw him chained up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Russell Dauterman is doing the art for the present day stuff, and then the let's see, what's the other? Who else is doing the other art?
Matthew Wilson is doing present day.
Well, he's doing the color art. Russell Dauterman's doing the artwork present day. But no, art and color Viking era, Rafa Garris.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It'll be interesting. All right, I have a number 9.
Me too.
Okay, we know what that is.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about this one either. So,
we're going to say
Extraordinary X-Men.
Yeah, they've really done a good job with Colossus. Like that's
yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely like the way he's coming back.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll.
They've turned him into like a strong character. This looks nuts, man.
Yeah, well, we have one other one to read, right? That goes along with that. All new.
I don't have anything to do with it.
No? Okay. This is the second book?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Weird.
The all new tie-in is in May.
Oh, okay. It's just crazy. It doesn't really make sense the way they've done the tie-ins. I'm confused. So thoroughly confused.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think they did it on purpose. They just don't want you to read it. I don't know.
I have a 2 and a 4 left.
Oh, okay. I have 2 number 10s. Go for it.
Okay. Number 2. Hyperion, issue number 2.
Oh, yeah.
And like the first issue was actually pretty good. I actually read it twice because the first time I was like, I didn't like it because it wasn't what I expected it to be. And the second time I read it, I was like, okay, it's a good story. Never mind.
That's cool.
But it's basically Hyperion's just like taking a vacation from being on the Squadron Supreme. And was just like driving this truck, just blending in with the world, just like, because he's still new to this Earth. Like his universe was destroyed, So
right.
He took a job doing something, But this girl recognized him. She's being hunted, blah, 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 blah. They, meet up and they're on the run now. That's cool. That type of thing. But it's actually, it's actually a really good story. And it's pretty fun. So
that's awesome.
I figured I would pick up issue 2 and just see where it goes.
Well, speaking of books that have been fun up to now, but last issue I was kind of like, this is dragging on. Deadpool number 10 is out this week. And he either needs to just kill Sabretooth or get over it. Because basically, here's what happened. And I'm going to spoil the issues before. So if you haven't read issue 9 or 8 or 7 or 6 or anything in the recent series, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Deadpool got some memories back. And some of his old memories were flushed out by Butler, which is the evil guy who basically was doing all kinds of crazy crap to him. He's the guy who gave him his powers. He's the guy who has wiped his brain every time he's gone off and done missions. He'll come back and wipe his mind. So he wanted to test just how far the mind wiping would go. So he wiped Wade's brain, sent him off on this mission to kill some bad guys who were really Wade's parents.
Jeez.
So he sent him off to kill Wade's parents. Sent, Wade off to kill his own parents. So he did. He killed his own parents. But then Butler wiped his brain again. So he doesn't remember doing it. Well, now he's having these little flashes. And some of the flashes that have come back and some things that other people have told him are that Sabretooth killed his parents. So he just beat the living crap out of Sabretooth. Sabretooth beat the living crap out of him. They just beat the living crap out of each other. And basically, Deadpool took off, left him bleeding on the asphalt, and is going off to I don't know what. So Sabretooth's like, okay, Magneto came and helped him, and is like, we gotta go. And he goes, no, I gotta go do one thing first. I gotta make sure that Wade never finds out that he killed his own parents. And so this issue, I haven't read it yet, but I know what's going to happen. Sabretooth's going to take the bullet and basically say, fine, I killed your parents. Just so Deadpool doesn't have one more scar to suffer under, you know. It's been a really good story, though. I really have enjoyed what they've done with this. Last issue was just kind of slow. They brought, Magneto in and they kind of talked, and I was like, okay, come on. So, yeah.
Well, that's what Magneto seems to do. Like, you read Uncanny from like 2 weeks ago or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's the same kind of thing.
Talking.
Yep. Well, he's so super powerful now that his powers are kind of back working that, I mean, what else are you going to do? You're not going to fight him.
Yeah. They haven't even touched on that since post-Secret Wars, have they, about everybody's powers being broken?
Nope, nothing. Even Illyana seems to be back full. Magic seems to be back full power.
Yeah, or
she was all messed up.
Than she was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But we haven't seen Emma Frost. Yeah, where's she been? She's been kind of keeping the background. I know she's been there in Uncanny, I think, but we haven't really seen. Well,
no, she hasn't.
Yeah, I was trying to think when the last time I saw her was, but I didn't. Yeah.
She's wherever Cyclops is, I guess.
Maybe they both got killed. We don't know. That story has yet to be told. So maybe she's in Pleasant Hill. Maybe Cyclops is in Pleasant Hill.
Holy crap! That would make it amazing. If out of like Alpha, was it like Cyclops and Emma Frost just kind of walk up?
Yeah. Boom. That would be cool. In Omega, at the end of Omega, they're like, "Hey, we're back." That'd be cool.
Good.
So I got one more book left.
Oh yeah, so do I. Yeah. Are
okay.
You I guess
it's. I'll go ahead. It's New Avengers number 10, which is another standoff book. The last standoff book, other than Omega, which will reveal, that Cyclops and
Cyclops and Emma Frost coming back.
Emma Frost, yeah. Woo. No, it's either going to be that or something in Apocalypse Wars will bring them back to life. So
let's do that. I thought it was going to be Sinister, but no, clone crap.
Yeah, I did like the Wolverine thing. So they did touch on the fact that Wolverine's still encased in adamantium.
Yeah.
With the Old Man Logan book, because he was freaking out and he's like, I gotta kill all these people. And Steve Rogers is like, dude, come here. And he takes him down to where they are keeping his dead body encased in adamantium. And he's like, there's Wolverine. He's like, oh, so like, this is a different time because you're dead. He's like, oh, well, okay then. It's like, what am I going to do now?
Crap in my arm anymore.
Yep. So anyway, what was your last book?
Captain Marvel, issue number 4. As she does more stuff with Alpha Flight, and the Kree are involved now. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And Abigail Brand, because she's up there on Alpha Flight as part of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
No, Sword. Sorry, Sword.
Yep. The other side of things.
It's been a good series, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how this is going to tie in to Civil War 2.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering, they're setting up this whole thing with the Inhumans and the those big crystal spear things that are landed all over the world. I mean, this has got to be something that's not just going to be contained in All New Inhumans. It's going to have to affect everybody because they're all over the world. And these things are like major power boosts to Inhumans who are near them. But not only that, in the last All New Inhumans, the things have defenses, and Crystal and this other Inhuman got too close to it, and it zapped them and basically took control of them and used them to fight against everybody else. So it's got some kind of sentience behind of it that we don't know about. So it's really cool. We just don't know what's going on with it.
I haven't seen any of those things because I don't read any Inhumans books.
Right.
And it hasn't shown up in any other book yet. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for them to do something with it because it's good. I mean, it's very interesting. All right, it's late, past my bedtime. So,
yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time to go through our list of comics here that we show off. And if you've got questions about anything, let us know. If you're interested in a new book that you saw today and you want to know kind of what the storyline is and I didn't talk about it or Justin didn't talk about it, let us know and we'll get you hooked up there. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for some other cool stuff coming up. We had some unboxings last week. We had some cool interviews and other stuff. So got another interview next week with the folks from Space Goat Presents. Another comic company, which you've seen some cool stuff from, all the Evil Dead 2 books that they've put out and a bunch of other things that they've had. So good stuff.
Awesome.
Yep. So, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks. Have a good one.